What's the most dangerous thing someone did because they misread the manual? Private Felix Hutchins was the most careful soldier I'd ever met. Triple-checked everything, read instructions twice, followed every protocol exactly, which made what happened even more terrifying. We were setting up demolition charges to clear a collapsed bridge in Iraq. Standard procedure, something our engineers had done hundreds of times before. Felix volunteered to handle the detonator wiring because he'd studied the technical manual cover to cover. "I've got this memorized," he told our squad leader, Sergeant Wade. "Page 47, section 12, subsection C. Wire the red lead to positive terminal, black to negative." Wade nodded, trusting Felix completely. Kid had never made a mistake in 8 months of deployment. Always precise, always professional. I watched Felix work from about 50 yards away, connecting det cord to plastic explosives while referencing his field manual. Everything looked textbook perfect until I noticed something that made my blood freeze. He was holding the manual upside down. The diagram he was following showed the wiring backwards, red to negative, black to positive, exactly opposite of what he should be doing. But here's the terrifying part. I couldn't radio him. Our communications were down for maintenance, and Felix was too far away to hear shouting over the construction noise around us. I started running toward him, waving my arms frantically. Felix looked up, smiled, and gave me a thumbs up. He thought I was encouraging his careful work. My heart was pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. Felix was about to trigger a massive explosion with reversed polarity wiring. The manual clearly stated this could cause premature detonation or complete system failure. 20 yards away from him, I watched Felix connect the final wire. The moment that connection completed, I knew we had maybe seconds before the charges could go off randomly. "Felix, stop!" I screamed at the top of my lungs. He looked confused, then glanced down at his manual. I saw his face go white when he realized what had happened, but it was too late. The system was already armed and potentially unstable. Any vibration, radio signal, or electrical interference could trigger the explosives. We had 40 pounds of C4 wired backwards, sitting next to a strategic bridge, with an entire convoy of vehicles scheduled to pass through in 15 minutes. Felix started reaching for the wires to fix it, but Wade grabbed his hand. "Don't touch anything. We evacuate the area immediately." The next hour was pure hell. Bomb disposal unit had to approach the charges wearing full protective gear, assuming they could detonate at any moment. They couldn't just disconnect Felix's wiring because the reversed polarity had created an unpredictable electrical field around the entire demolition setup. Instead, they had to build a containment shield and use a remote robot to carefully separate each connection while the convoy waited 2 miles away. When they finally made the area safe, the bomb disposal chief examined Felix's work, started laughing despite the near catastrophe. "This is actually brilliant," he told us. "The reversed wiring created a feedback loop that made the system ultra-sensitive but also more stable. It's like he accidentally invented a new type of safety mechanism." Felix had stumbled onto an electrical phenomenon that bomb disposal experts had been trying to achieve for years. His mistake had made the explosives respond only to very specific triggers instead of random signals. 3 months later, Felix received orders to report to Explosive Ordnance Disposal School. Seems his backwards wiring had caught the attention of some very important people in the Pentagon. The convoy commander wrote a commendation letter praising Felix's innovative safety techniques, never knowing it was actually a manual reading error that nearly killed everyone. Felix graduated top of his EOD class and spent the next 6 years developing new detonation safety protocols. His Hutchins method is now taught to bomb disposal specialists worldwide. The field manual he'd been reading upside down, turns out it had a printing error that wasn't discovered until investigators examined Felix's incident report. The publisher had accidentally reversed the wiring diagram colors in that specific edition, distributed to only 12 bases across Iraq. Felix's mistake had exposed a manufacturing defect that could have caused dozens of premature explosions across multiple military operations. He saved lives by nearly killing all of us, and nobody realized it until 2 years after his accidental innovation became standard military procedure.